Hey friends, today I am building a tiny house by the beach and it's the price of a starter. So as the title suggests, this is a tiny beach house or tiny beach starter house. I don't know. It's something like that. So yeah, welcome to this speed build here in The Sims 4. And this house is actually based on a house from The Sims 2 called 115 Riverbend Road. Which is a house from River Blossom Hills, which is the neighborhood that came with the Sims 2 Seasons expansion pack. So yeah, I thought I would build this on this lot here in Brindleton Bay. It's close to the beach. You know, this would be perfect if you've got any Sims who want to live by the ocean. This would be a great place to live. I'd love to live here. And this house also only uses base game, cats and dogs, and tiny living. So if you've got those, you should be able to download this pretty easily, which is always nice. And I have to say, I'm pretty happy with how much stuff I was able to get into this starter house. It could technically have 2 bedrooms. I only furnish one of them as a bedroom, and then the other is kind of like an office, activity room. But yeah, you could easily turn that into a kid's room if you wanted, or something else. Just one bathroom, but you know, it is a tiny house, so yeah, not a ton of space. And yeah, you know, it's a beach house, so I wanted to go with this sort of Cape Cod coastal sort of look. So I used a lot of these sort of like board wallpaper, I guess. I guess it's like shiplap. I try to avoid saying that because it always reminds me of Joanna Gaines, who, I don't know, I feel like we would be enemies. I'm not really sure why. But yeah, definitely trying to go for more of a New England coastal vibe than farmhouse chic. So yeah, overall, you know, fairly basic furnishings. I did use quite a bit of base game just since those items are cheaper. A lot of the cats and dogs items are fairly expensive. Like I think the main bed from that pack is like over 2,000 simoleons. So yeah, that didn't really work out in this one. But yeah, I think, you know, I like how it turned out. I didn't, you know, have Sims in mind when I was first making it, but I did download some Sims off the gallery, which I will put the gallery listing here if you want to download them. But yeah, just a guy and his dog, and I thought this would be the perfect house for them. So yeah, I downloaded them, and then I did kind of tailor it a little bit to them afterward. So yeah, I think that worked out nicely. And you'll have to let me know what you thought of the intro for this video. I'm switching it up a little bit, trying to do a little bit more of a cinematic intro. So yeah, you'll have to let me know what you think of that. I also switched up the end of the video, so instead of doing just screenshots, I did like video clips of the Sims kind of interacting and in the house. So yeah, you'll have to make sure to stick around to the end to take a look at those. And yeah, please let me know what you think. I don't know. I really liked how the intro turned out. I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, if you have any thoughts, I would love to hear them. And this build came together pretty quick, you know, hence the short video length. But you know, that always helps when it's a starter home and a tiny home, you know, not as much furnishing that needs to be done. So yeah, though I did struggle a lot with this couch for some reason. I don't know. There's just not a lot of great couches in the base game or in the other 2 packs that I used. At least that would fit in with the sort of vibe that I wanted. The one from Cats and Dogs may have been able to work, but since his living room is so small, I couldn't fit in a 3-seater very well. Like, it just took over the entire room. So yeah, so I keep going back and forth with this one base game one, and I do just end up using that one, which I think is fine. It's not really giving New England beach house to me, but you know, we'll just pretend that this guy has kind of a mix of furniture that he moved in with. So yeah, you know, maybe he's not really concerned about the aesthetic as much, but the actual walls and floors and everything are maybe a little bit more beachy, coastal vibes. Yeah, you know, that's what I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna be delusional and convince myself of that. I also spent a lot of time picking out those curtains just for me to delete them later on, because they're like 200 simoleons each, which is expensive in the game, but that's, you know, pretty on par for real life. If you've ever had to buy curtains, I don't know what the deal is, but they are so expensive. Even when I get them from IKEA, I feel like I spend, you know, $200 on a window worth of curtains and curtain rods. So yeah, you know, that's very realistic. Great job, Sims team. And I was pretty happy with how much artwork I was able to get into the build, because I feel like that's usually one of the first things that gets sacrificed when doing a starter home or any sort of, you know, lower budget build. So yeah, I was happy I was able to get some artwork in here. And I even got kitchen cabinets in, like the upper ones, so that's always nice. I probably could have saved some money and not used those, but I don't know. Kitchens always feel really weird if you don't have upper cabinets and stuff in them, or shelves or something. So yeah, I was glad I was able to get those in there. And then for the exterior here, since there isn't really a rear door for the build, I decided to do this larger front patio, which I thought, you know, worked out well. I did terrain paint for the flooring instead of like actual floor tiles to save some money. Yeah, and I noticed I had kind of forgotten how expensive the grills were in this game. I don't get it. They're so expensive. Like the one that I picked, it's like 900 simoleons, which is kind of wild. I really want a breakdown of the economy of The Sims. Like, why do certain items cost so much more than in real life? Because I mean, that grill at, you know, Home Depot or whatever would be like $200, maybe $300. So yeah, very, very odd. And with the table and the chairs, you know, I was originally going to do a picnic table, which I really liked. But I also wanted to do some like extra seating. So I thought it would make sense to do like he has 4 chairs, but he's not using them all around the table. So he's got like a little extra seating area. So I thought that was kind of nice to do it that way. And then, yeah, for the landscaping, you know, I of course wanted it to kind of blend into the rest of the world, especially since this lot is kind of, you know, disconnected from roads or anything like that. So yeah, I definitely wanted to make sure that it meshed well with the rest of the environment. And I've said it before, and I will say it again, that tree with like the white bark, probably my favorite tree in the game. I don't know, is it weird to have a favorite tree? But yeah, I use it all the time, especially if I'm using cats and dogs. It's got to be in the build, you know? I love it so much. And I also love this mailbox. I kind of forgot that there were these little like animal ones, and this one looks just like a husky, which is the kind of dog that the Sim has that I downloaded off the gallery. So I thought that worked perfectly. So yeah, use that. And I really wanted to add a fence kind of around this little patio area. But I couldn't afford a regular one, so I spent about an hour going through the debug items to find these fence pieces, and they worked out, I think, pretty well. A little bit, I think the style works okay. I'm not sure if that came with a specific pack or if that was a base game fence. But yeah, I thought it looked pretty decent, and it, you know, kind of anchored the space really well for this kind of outdoor patio. And at the end here, I realized that I had forgotten to actually add in anything for the dog. So I did get in a pet bowl and some toys. I wanted to put in a pet bed, but I'd have to use one of the large ones for this dog, and there just wasn't really space. But you'll see in the little video clips at the end that she was just kind of laying on the couch, which was really cute. So yeah, I think that worked out fine. And now I'm just finishing up with the lighting, and then that'll be it for me. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I know this was a pretty short video, but yeah, please let me know what you think of this sort of new format and editing that I'm doing. I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like. That helps a lot. And subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Oh. Oh, nerve. Sharpooey. Gumao. Oh, yum.
Skill.
Ah.